I'm Joe from Slingmods. Are you a slingshot owner with OCD? Do you take every little precaution available for the slingshot? Or maybe you're just a dinkus who doesn't know how to park very well. In either case, Slingmods has the answer for you. Allow me to introduce Curb Alert.
I can't do it.
That's right, Curb Alert. It's just what it sounds like. This is the mod for those of you that can't stop running into or for those of you that are kept awake at night at the thought of running into Installing the Curb Alert on the slingshot is pretty simple. Let me walk you through it really quick.
First, remove the sensor from the box. Then set it down in front of your slingshot and pop your hood. Now route the sensor wire above the cross member on the left side of the radiator and into the engine bay on the passenger side. Then route the wire through the firewall into the glove box. Now remove your speaker and junction box and set them both on the passenger seat. Now take your speaker wire and plug it into the junction box. There's a port for the speaker wire just above the red power wire on the junction box. There's also a port for the sensor wire below the ground wire on the junction box. Go ahead and plug that in now as well. Now we're going to slightly modify the ground and power wire from the junction box. Notice that the power wire has a fuse at the end here. We're going to cut the wire here, but don't throw that fuse away because we're going to use it later. We're also going to cut the connector off the ground wire. Cut the power wire just below the small piece of black shrink tube that I have in my fingers. Cut the ground wire just below the connector. Now strip a little bit of wire insulation from the power and the ground wire. Now route both wires into the engine bay from the glove box. Now route the power and ground wire to the driver's side of the slingshot so that you can connect them to your accessory fuse block available at slingmods.com. Be sure to use zip ties and wire loom to keep things safe and secure. Now choose your desired location on your accessory fuse block, then connect your power wire and your ground wire. Since I've chosen the accessory port on the end of the fuse block, my fuse will connect at the end here. When you plug in your fuse, you're going to want to use the constant power side so that your distance calibration can be retained. Otherwise, you'll start over with the default distance every time you start your slingshot. Now when you start the slingshot, you should hear a very manly activation alert from the speaker. The sensor is connected to a piece of plastic with an adhesive pad using this screw at the hinge point. We're going to replace that piece of plastic with this included extension. The included surface prep pad was adequate, but since my slingshot was extra dirty, I'm going to prep the entire surface with rubbing alcohol. Once the surface is prepped, remove the adhesive backing and mount the sensor in the middle. I've decided to run the sensor a little further back than what's recommended from the manufacturer. I did this because it's the lowest part of the plastic, which allowed me to clear the lower dam while running the sensor parallel to the ground. Now pull the additional slack out of the sensor wire and secure everything using the included adhesive hangers and zip ties. You might want to consider purchasing some larger zip ties if you plan to secure wires to your frame rails. Now place a tape measure on the ground and place a box at the 20-inch mark. You should hear the audible alert when you get close to the box. That was a good example of how it works, but here's a better example of why you'll definitely need this.
So you're parking your Slingshot. Curb jumps out of nowhere.
It's not the same thing, man.
To a Slingshot owner, it's exactly the same.
Without the curb alert, you could be this guy.
Am I gonna hit it? Hey, look.
I don't know, you want me to check?
Well, get out and look, I can't see.
Oh, fine.
And with the curb alert, you turn into this guy.
Nice work. What was that beeping?
Oh, it's my pimp phone. One of my hoes calling. All joking aside about who can or can't park very well, this is a pretty good little product to have. If you've ever looked up the cost of the front lower dam on the Slingshot, you'll know that this product gives you cheap insurance against hitting a curb. Now, I like to say that I'm a good enough driver to never hit a curb, but I'm not infallible, just like everybody else. I've scraped coming in and out of driveways and things like that. So the chances of me hitting a curb because I'm awesome are pretty slim, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So this product is right for me, and if it's right for you, you know where to get it. Slingmods.com.
Come on, say it, whoa.